Hey guys, today's video is all about anxiety. We're going to be talking about how to get rid of anxiety. We're going to be talking about anxiety treatment options, and we're also going to be talking about the signs and symptoms of anxiety and basically what you need to be doing if you are having an anxiety attack, a panic attack, a period of stress, whatever you want to call it. This is going to be your go-to video where we go through everything that you need to know. So welcome to my channel. If you haven't been here before, we talk about everything medical and healthcare here on the channel. Now, I understand this video obviously is all about anxiety, so if you're having a period of anxiety, a real anxiety attack or a stressful period or a panic attack, whatever you want to call it, and you want to go straight to the information, feel free to click on the description below. It's all chaptered and you can click on the different techniques. However, if you're not feeling like that, I would highly advise that you watch the entire video because there's so much that you can learn. Also, I would really appreciate if you could click that like button. If you have found any of this information helpful, I would appreciate it. It would help the video perform better, and also it will help it become available to more and more people around the world. Okay, so we're going to keep it simple. Let's first start off with the symptoms of an anxiety attack. An anxiety attack and panic attack are slightly different, the symptoms that you experience. So with an anxiety attack, you often feel worried, tense or nervous, having a sense of dread and feeling like you're losing touch with reality. These can also be accompanied by physical symptoms, including faster breathing, a faster heartbeat, feeling sick or restless, and having sleep problems. So what about the symptoms of a panic attack? Well, a panic attack, the symptoms are actually very similar to an anxiety attack. However, they suddenly come on. So they can suddenly come on from an event that's happened or an event that's about to happen. It can last between 5 to 30 minutes. With a panic attack, the symptoms can be a lot more severe compared to an anxiety attack, but they do usually sort of reduce. Again, 5 to 30 minutes is the usual sort of time that they take. Now, both anxiety attack and panic attacks are very unpleasant for the individual. Panic attacks are obviously a lot more extreme, where the individual can sometimes feel like they're going to die, like they need to escape, like they need to leave the room kind of. So remember that with a panic attack, the symptoms are usually much more severe. Now, please do remember both anxiety attack and panic attacks both have the increased heartbeat. And remember, these symptoms can be very similar to a heart attack as well. So if you do think it might be a heart attack, so the symptoms of a heart attack are going to pop here as well. Remember that rapid chest pain, so that rapid heartbeat, chest pain, anything like that, you need to call 999 just to speak to someone so they can check what's going on. Okay, so we're now done with symptoms. We now know about the symptoms of an anxiety attack and panic attacks, but what about the treatments? What can you do to get rid of an anxiety attack? Well, let's start with breathing exercises, and this can be really, really helpful at reducing those negative feelings, and it does require some practice just to get better at it, and it can really, really help you. So let's begin. Okay, so with the starter exercises, we're going to start with step one. Step one is all about relaxing. So if you sat down, relax, make sure that you sat comfortably, sit upright, make sure you're not slouching, relax, sit upright. If you're lying down, you want to lie down. Again, also, if you're wearing any restrictive clothes like a tie or any tight clothes, open them up. If your belt's really tight, open it up just to relax, really, let your body relax. If you sat down, sit upright. If you're lying down, lie down straight, relax, just let your body relax. And also, don't keep your hands like this when you're lying down, just keep them next to your side, palms up like so, okay? I can't really do the lying down because it's not really gonna work. So just remember, we need to get into a relaxed frame. So if you stood up, I'd probably just sit down or lie down. Those are probably the two best techniques, for relaxation. Okay, so moving on to step number two, it's all about breathing. I like to count to 5 in and out, okay? I feel like it helps you remember how to breathe and give it that steady rhythm that we need. Obviously, we all remember how to breathe, but we need that steady rhythm. So you're gonna count to 5, deep breath in through the nose, 5, and then you're gonna let it out through the mouth. Easy, okay? And you're gonna keep doing that over and over again. Now, moving on to step number 3, whilst you're doing the breathing in and out for 5, remember to remain calm. So don't think about all these thoughts that are going through your mind that are causing the anxiety attack. Just remain calm and focus on the breathing. That's the most important thing you need to do right now. Just focus on the breathing and don't think about anything else. Moving on to step number 4, once we've got the rhythm going, you need to now close your eyes. Closing your eyes is, again, going to release you from your surroundings, so you're going to forget about everything that's around you and continue the breathing. Continue the 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out. You need to do this for about 5 minutes or so. You can do it for longer if it's needed, but usually 5 minutes is enough. So keep doing that. Don't think about what's going on and just focus on the breathing and the moment and where you are right now. Don't think about anything else. Now, I really like the simple breathing technique because it allows you to have your, SOS time in case you really need it. You can just go straight into the breathing technique to calm you down and help you get rid of that anxiety. It's also worth mentioning, if it does happen somewhere that you work, where you're around other people, just let them know that you're having these anxiety attacks or panic attacks, and also let them know that you're going to be doing these exercises every now and then, so they're all aware of it, and then you feel, you're probably thinking less about them looking at you and thinking, what on earth are they doing? Okay, because they're going to understand what you're going through, and they're going to understand that you're just doing these exercises to help calm you down and relax you. So that is the basic technique of the simple breathing exercise. We're now going to go on to some more advanced things that you can practice and get better at. So this technique is called the belly breathing exercise. It's actually very similar to the simple breathing exercise that we've just done. So remember, to begin with, we're going to relax. If you stood up, sit down, relax, sit upright. If your shoulders are tense, just keep them nice and relaxed, or you can just lie down on a bed, whatever's easier for you, okay? So moving on to step number 1. Once you're nice and relaxed and you're sat down, the first thing you need to do is pop one of your hands on your chest, like so, and the other hand on the belly. This is really helpful for just remaining calm and helping you be in the moment. Now moving on to step number 2, we're gonna breathe in again through our nose, in through the nose, out through the mouth. The reason that we've got our hands here is as we breathe in, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but my belly should be coming out and I can feel my hand coming out. So this is what you call deep belly breathing. So your lungs are obviously here, but with deep belly breathing, it's sort of filling this section here as well. So once again, so hopefully you could see that my left hand is coming up. So this is just giving you a visual feel, not a visual feel, or you're feeling it through your hands that you're breathing in and out. And it's going to help relax you and make you feel more comfortable. Now moving on to step number 3, with the breathing in and out, remember you can count to 5 as well like the previous one, but this one with the hand feeling on the belly, you can also get a feel, so you don't really need to count. But if you feel like that helps you, by all means do that. So once you breathe in, remember a deep breath, so the left hand is coming out, and then you're going to breathe out as if you're whistling. So we're going to purse our lips. So when you whistle, you go like this. Okay, so you're going to do that, but obviously you don't need to whistle. So okay, so I hope you got a feel for it. So I hope that's made sense for the belly breathing exercise. That's it in a nutshell. You can do it as much as you want. Some people say do it 3 to 10 times, or you can just do it as much as you need until you feel a relaxed state of mind, okay? Now the next thing that we're going to move on to, by the way, those 2 exercises actually are really good for, when you're out and about. If you really need an emergency kind of relaxation, the breathing exercises are excellent for doing that and just to help you feel calm and less anxious, okay? The next exercise that I'm going to talk about is something called stretch and breathing. It's a really good one to do first thing in the morning, so let's work through that. Okay, so let's do stretching and breathing. Like I said, this is a really good exercise to do first thing in the morning and to get into the routine of doing it to help you through your day, especially if in the morning when you're waking up you're feeling very anxious. This is a really good one to get into the habit of doing. To do this one, I'm going to have to stand up and show you, okay? So step 1, you're going to stand up, okay? Hopefully you can see me from there. Okay, so you're going to stand up like so. Step 2, you're just going to relax your arms and everything, and you're going to start to bend down from the waist, okay? So we're going to let our arms, I can't speak, let your hands and arms just stand loosely, and then let them come down, bending from the waist. Obviously just go as far as you feel comfortable, and just let it relax, okay? Don't know if you can see my arms, a little bit back, but you just let them relax like so, just so they're kind of dangling down. And that's step 2. So to do step number 3, what we're going to do is imagine we're going to pivot, we're going to bend from the waist every time we breathe in and out, okay? So when I breathe in, we're going to slowly come up, and then as I breathe out, we're going to slowly come back down to our original position. You can bend the knees a little as well if that helps. In fact, that does help. So bend the knees a little as well when you're doing it. And again, I'm going to show you again. Okay, so it's as easy as that, and you can repeat that as many times as you want. Obviously, it's a bit more difficult to do than when you sat down, but it can be really, really effective doing it in the morning. Now, one thing that I really like about the stretching and breathing exercise is it really just helps to relax you and relax all your muscles as well. Remember, they're going to be hanging and relaxing. You saw me do it. It's a really nice one to do in the morning, just to release that tension from your body, and also getting that rhythmic breathing in is really going to help with the anxiety. Now, that's the 3 techniques. If you want any more information on them, I will leave loads of information in the description below if you maybe want to read how to do it, if that's easier for you as well, and you can come back to it, so it's all in there as well. Now, it is important that you're aware of the different breathing exercises and little exercises that we've done to help with anxiety attacks or panic attacks. However, please remember, if they are happening more and more frequently, then again, it is time to speak to your healthcare professional. And also, if they've been happening and your healthcare professional is not aware of them, and you've come and watched this video, then you can do the exercises, but still, please speak to your healthcare professional and make them aware that you're having these anxiety attacks and panic attacks, because that is super important that you make them aware. Now, it's normal for us to feel stressed or worried from time to time, especially when we're going through a difficult or tense time in our life. Work, school, family pressures can sometimes get to us, and that's okay. We just need to know how and when we should get help. Now, there are other things that you can do as well to help with the stress and anxiety. For example, having a healthy diet, not having, fast food, takeaways, not having ready meals, things that are notoriously bad for you. All of these things are just going to make you feel bad. They're going to release bad and negative hormones as well that make you feel low in energy. They're also going to build up your insulin resistance, which is again going to make you feel tired all the time. So please bear that in mind. Also, exercise. Exercise is great because it releases endorphins and they make us feel good. So exercise is good, and it also helps to take your mind off things that are obviously bothering you at the moment. If you smoke, try and quit smoking. I do have videos on it which I'll leave up here and in the description below. Again, this can help. If you're drinking alcohol, please try and reduce the amount of alcohol that you drink. Again, alcohol is a natural depressant. It's going to lower your mood. So if you feel like you're drinking more and more alcohol, that could be one of the things that's causing it. And socialize frequently. Socializing releases feel-good hormones again. Socializing with friends is going to make you feel better. So if you're noticing, actually, when was the last time I went and saw my friends? When was the last time I saw my family? Okay, this should be a trigger for you to go and speak to them. And lastly, another thing that you could do as well is vitamin D. Vitamin D is also really good at releasing serotonin as well and helping us feel better, okay? So, especially in the winter, here in the UK, we recommend that you take a vitamin D supplement, just 1,000 units, the ones that you can buy over the counter, especially during winter. So probably from October to March or April time, and then usually we get more sun, but there's no harm in taking it throughout as well. But again, please do speak to your healthcare professional about taking vitamin D. And please do remember, if you are experiencing low mood, your mood is no longer stable, you're having much lower days than good days, you're no longer getting pleasure from the things that you used to get pleasure from, or you're having any thoughts of suicide or self-harm, or you have self-harm, any of these, please do speak to your healthcare professional. That is the most important thing. Remember, help is out there. Your healthcare professional is always happy to speak to you about these sort of things. And mental health is a really important topic that we shouldn't shy away from. You shouldn't just push it under the carpet and just try and forget about it, because we're all human. We're not robots, okay? And that's really important to remember. We're not robots. We all have emotions. We all have feelings. And if you feel like your mood is dropping, please speak to your healthcare professional. I'll also leave more information in the description below to some really useful charities and helplines in case you find that helpful as well. So it looks like we're coming to the end of this week's video. You now know all about the symptoms of anxiety. You know all about anxiety and panic attacks, and you know how to get rid of an anxiety attack, or anxiety treatments or panic attack treatments, or whatever you want to call it. So I really hope you found this video helpful, and please do let me know which one of the techniques, which one of the breathing exercises or the stretching exercises, which one you found most helpful in the comments below. Don't leave it in the description below because you can't. And also, if you have any of your own tips as well, please leave a comment below as well, because I'd love to read it, and I'm sure other people watching this video would love to read it too. And like I said at the start of the video, if you did find any part of this video helpful, please don't forget to click that like button. Again, it's going to help me, it's going to help the video, it's going to help the video get to more people so it can help more people around the world. Thank you for watching, and as I always say in every single video, always remember that you're awesome, and I will see you next week. So, okay. So, okay. Okay, so with the Hey guys, thanks for watching this week's video. Make sure to click that like, follow or subscribe button now to stay up to date with new weekly videos.